before, I'm very happy to be here with you, and I'm very honored because I think the new generation, the young people, we need you really to recreate and maybe to reimagine the world. And like an artist, I'm very happy because I think that we have to give more voice to the artists in the participation of the process. So I'm a visual artist, and since already more than 15 years, I'm engaged in projects with the social change, social integration in different parts of the world. And I'm a very active and multitask artist, multidisciplinary, but in the sense not of to be like a sculptural artist, but in the sense that I want really to be present in the society. So for that, I'm a member of the European Culture Parliament. That is a think tank that try to give a soul to the Europe, and also a mentorship of the Future Generation platform of the European Culture Parliament in helping the youngest people, the artists, to be connected in their career as like artists in society. And I'm also the ambassador. The link, the video that you see is of the project of the Italian artist Michelangelo Pistoletto in Città dell'Arte, that is about to put heart on the middle of the change. And also I'm working in project with Peace internationally, coordinator of the project with children, inspired to public health and social justice. And at least, not least, I also founder of an Institute of Arts and Culture in Barcelona. I think that all this, the fact that I'm very active, but the reflection about the role of the arts in society never changed, never stopped to think and rethink. And I'm very glad because I think that during the lockdown, there was really a period difficult for everyone when the world stopped, and also the artists, we have to stop it. So my presentation that I think because I am not a computer, so I don't know the PowerPoint, but my presentation, it was really on some key words. I think that I don't know if we need really to rethink the role of the artist, why we need the alliance in a way, and also why nowadays what's happened with the COVID, what changed, and what is the methodology to follow. That's the reflection. It starts also with me, because I think that the role of the arts in society is on the century is very clear. The artists have the role to be visionary, they are like the freedom of expression, the role to be part of the society, but also to change things, to change politics, to change words, to do, chaos in the society, chaos in the history. And this is part of us. We can do differently, for that. So the role of the artist in that sense for me is also on the other position, what really the society or what now the institution, everyone needs from the artist. Because, and also for us, because, the presentation could be on different topics. And for sure, it was very interesting, the first and the other speakers, about the legal status and what's happened during the COVID. And for sure, we had a very catastrophe, economically was a catastrophe and is a nightmare to survive. And that is one part. But in this period, we're thinking also that we had to thinking in which way art could be the key word for a new geopolitical system. And I was thinking more on art and humanity in a way, because I think what is important to understand that the artists are in a very difficult situation now, and I wanted to get inside of that. And also from the young generation of the artists in the beginning of their career, they have to stop to be an artist to find really another job. So the problem of the employment of this crisis, I think that for the artist field is in a way is a really huge, because it depends also from the legal status of each European state and also in the world. So we are not in the same condition legal. So for some, we have any guarantee also from the states. But I don't want to really this is a very interesting that we are working with also the Institute of Art and also the European Culture Parliament in that part. But today, what I wanted to thinking about is about what's happened about coronavirus, before, during, and after. I think that already 20 years ago, we started to talk about, in a different way with the first crisis, economical crisis, and also with the attack terroristic. and the economy was really down, and there was this lack of identity, already solidarity in Europe. There was already this point to say in which way we can connect artists in this process. But the artist was really involved, if you can see the European progress, in somewhere different area, but without any methodology. Maybe we need, but why we need the artists? In a way, and that's what was really starting. During the coronavirus, everything stopped, and the catastrophe from the cultural sector and art sector is very high because we don't work anymore, we have to stop. But for us, I think from an artistical point of view, this period was a very also, because could be kind of really an artwork, the coronavirus, something that you can invent, you can really be visionary and to do maybe a movie or something like that. So in a way, we couldn't really thinking that it's like, also maybe just in imagination, but this is no imagination, it's a reality now. And we are here, we are all together. And we have also to survive. I mean, we have to find a job like an artist also now, because we have to get. But this period of lockdown is also a period that you're thinking to stop. And also for the artist to say, and also like I'm like them working different field, and also like a co-founder of an Institute of Art, we say, what do we do now? We do like before, or now it's time really to change. So we tried also to take the positive stuff. Now it's time really to change. But if you wanted to change, we have really to put all together in a table and talk about different stuff, in which can, the decision process of any project on social change, social justice, the immigrants, heritage, and everything. I think that implemented that the artist is part of this process, because the artist is visionary in a way. And what we wanted to do is the creation. We wanted just to apply when we do like opera, maybe with a composer music, or we do like a painting. What do? We just imagine something that doesn't exist. And now we have to imagine another world in a way. And this is what's going to happen after the coronavirus. Now we are in the same boat. And I think that this period help us to be more like linked. And for sure, we have also to discussing about this role of the arts from different point of view, from legal, from status, from guarantee, and everything. And I'm very optimistic, like a person, and like also like an artist. I am trying to use this period also with the young people. But I think it was interesting also before some discussion about education, and I think this is also a key point. Because we have also to start with the young generation and the fine arts university and everything, just to say to the artists, maybe it's the moment to approach the society in a different way. Before, it was a choice to be an engaged artist, or maybe to be part of the society, or maybe to be like other people. Now I think is a key. Now we have to do some things. And I think the arts field, we want to do some things. We want to be part of this process, and we want really to help, because it's our responsibility, because it's our society, and it is our world. So actually now the artist, before we normally, to survive, is to also be realistic, or you are very famous, or you are very rich, or you have to do thousands of job behind to be like just to really your career. But now I think this is another interesting aspect. Now we try what happened with the corona. We started to thinking in a really way that we have to be entrepreneur now. We have really to reestablish our borders, but also our life, and reinvent us, and to continue to be like an artist. And so if we want to really to link art, society, culture, diplomacy, politics, economics, and so on, that is incredible. Art could be part of that, but not just like an observer, just like the artist is actually, normally we are involved in the last part of the project. They say, okay, now we have this problem. I think that if you were part of the process, could be more interesting for the artist, because I think that what is the artist can do. And I really, also from my personal experience on the field, I'm really thinking that the crucial in the society, the role is the trust and the hope with the community. We are the mediator between institution, and community, because we have to think about now, the people is scared, the people is without hope, without dreams, is really, but we can do mediation with the creative solution and to be visionary. And I think that what we do with artists now, when we survive, and also we use this fantastic also technology. And I think that when we are when I was also in contact now in project that we are using, try to be connected so far, I think that the people need to be really in a way what they need, the trust. And we can do this up just for one position, because we know exactly what is the creative process. We don't know the answer. We can't give the answer, but we can say, work together, and we can find. And with our language, this creative language, I think that we can able to be put this bridge between society, people, young adults, and everywhere, also in the invisible people that is where the poor people, and we can build together, but in a very concrete way. And what is changed? I think it's changed everything. And now we can come back in the past. I think before coronavirus is always our past. Now we have our future. And for sure, the society will be changed, but will be changed the geopolitical definition of the states, for sure. We could change how we approach also Europe again. A lot of things are going to change. So I think that we have to be visionary globally and thinking that we have to save our planet. So I think that what is the new alliance? The new alliance became because we have economic crisis, social crisis. And in Europe, we have a lack of identity and we need solidarity. And in the world, we have really trust for really these big powers also. And so the alliance is important because if I have to work and to rebuild a sense of also citizen, also from the projects, so from local, that it could be like climate change, also from the agenda 2030, the 17 goals of the nation organization, how we can do that, and how we can do that became a really mediator. So what do we need? We need solidarity, we need the trust, we need the hope. And artists, I think that we can do that. But just because because we wanted to, is the same, we apply the same process when we do like a composition, music, or really like a paintings or a photography or dancing or what we do. We try to create something that doesn't exist. And we try to put this all together to have a balance, and the balance aesthetically in art is something that really you have some very emotionally. So my presentation could be more like a human dimension in what is happening now, and the art is the trade union from people, society, institution, politics, and economy. But we have to remember that the role of the artist is not just I think that the artists, we know already what we have to do. And we are trying to do that because we are facing a lot of problems. But I think that it is time to really, let's design our future together. Let's create it together. Let's imagine our future together. Let's collaborate. Let's dialogue. Let's be responsible. Let's be visionary. And let's be awareness. Awareness is the more important things, and I think that we have to sharing knowledge, sharing a lot of experience. And in my video, there was the practical example from some, like the Italian artist Michelangelo Pistoletto, one of the founders of the Arte Povera in Italy, that is starting a new methodology called the art of demopraxy. It was the first video that I showed. And the second video that I can share with you, it was also a project that we are rebuilding a kind of society in Cuba. And you can see in which way we work together with politics, economy, social organization, artists, culture, etc. And also from the Institute, from ESPROCENDA, we are trying to do a new strategy because one thing is that we have to survive. And actually now I'm basically between these several countries, also between Tokyo, Japan, Tokyo, Barcelona, and Italy. And that's and you can see how the reaction of the people is different. But for sure, I think that we have to reimagine it, to rethink together, to reimagine it together, and also to thinking that also the art institution has like that. We can't work anymore like the past. We need really resource, because the financial support is the most important. So we need really resource, and that's one thing. But I think that my presentation is about that. I'm an artist, and I try to rethink also my role now in society, and I want to be part of this reconstruction and be like, let's work together, let's dialogue, and let's find solutions together. Thank you. I stopped because my stopped it, and I want time.
Thank you so much for your speech, and I'm really glad that we managed to have you here today with us. I did share previously the video, which is called L'arte de la democracia.
Yeah, democracy is a new way that is the control of democracy. It's asking that we have to be practical, to go and to do projects and to log the community. But there is really kind of embassy in the world. So there is we involved more than 3 million people in the world, and there is really based the art. There is not just artists working, but the power of the artists from Pistolette is just to say, 18 years ago, we have to rebuild our society. So that's like the point. And for sure, you can share my presentation with the points and all the video if the people needs, and I will be very glad to be in contact. And I'm sorry for that, strange, but for me it's very difficult, because normally with the artists we don't use it to do an exhibition and to communicate, what do we have to change in a different way. So, but to be in a conference, I'm really always a bit like a child, shy, and say, oh my God, it's going to be difficult. So I hope that I could contribute and to give some point of view from the art field.
Thank you very much. And yes, we will publish your presentation as well. It will be in the expo area by the end of today. So people can then look through it, through each of the slides, and then they can contact you as well through Hopin as well, this platform. I also shared in the chat the link to the other video that I didn't show yet.
Sure.
People can access both of them. I'll just reshare the first one. And I'm really inspired, to be honest, by your speech. And it is indeed very important to kind of come up with a fresh perspective and with a bold perspective as well on how to reimagine the future and learn a lot from the COVID experience, but also try to find ways, innovative ways to do things in the near future. And I'm sure that a lot of people attending us today, tomorrow, and on Saturday are already very full of ideas and very creative people that can actually push the sector forward.
Yeah, and then for sure, your resilience is the most important. We have to
exactly. I like the spirit.
To receive and to be also optimistic in a vision, because I think that any change that could put coronavirus, because I think that a lot of crisis was already before the coronavirus. The coronavirus, in a way, just underlines some problems politically, economically, and socially that we have. So if we see also the coronavirus like an opportunity, I think that we can, and we need a new generation with a refreshing and saying, but we have to prepare all the people, because there is part of so this the other like presentation. It was interesting about the study at the university, but because sometimes also the artists are very not prepared, because now we have a lot of proposal, grant that you need money, but you need to be part, to also to do how to do that, and also to be more linked with this, what they are asking the society, the needs and everything. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.